So Jade is asking, how do you ask a guy about his intentions when it comes to the relationship?
Hello, friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So, in today's topic, we'll be talking about how to ask a guy what his intentions are, whether it's casually dating or setting to catch feelings. Understanding where a guy stands is very super important. So, let's talk about how to approach this conversation in a way that can confidently and doesn't make things look a certain way. So you guys, I put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my true sense, what I think about today's video.
So Jade is asking, how do you ask a guy about his intentions when it comes to the relationship? And honestly, it can be very simple. Just ask him. When I was, getting to know my fiance more before we were together, like a couple, she straight up asked me, "What are your intentions? Like, what are you trying to do?" And that was it. She was very straightforward, confident in what she said, and I had to answer. And so that helped us understand where we both were at when it came to what we want in the relationship that we have.
These are things that you should ask a guy when you first start talking to him to really know his intentions with you. And as always, this is coming from a man's perspective. I know how men think, and I gotta let y'all know I am your big brother Russ. All right, question number one. What are you looking for in your next relationship? Sometimes it's better to just be blunt and upfront and get that answer that you want right away so you don't waste time. And pay attention to their response. Is it a mature response? Are they dating to marry? Or are they giving you an answer like, I'm just trying to see where it goes? And if you're looking for something serious, don't go for that. All right, the next question is, what do you value most in a partner? And the reason why you want to ask this is because off rip, you want to make sure that you are what he's looking for so you know this is going to work long term. You don't want to end up trying to change and mold to what somebody else wants because that's going to build resentment over time and you're just not going to be happy with yourself. This is how you lose yourself in a relationship. All right, now for the most important question. How do you deal with conflict in a relationship? The reason why you want to ask this is because no matter who you're with in life, it's not always going to be peaches and cream. You're going to have arguments and disagreements. It's about finding who's worth going through it with.
Ladies, if you want to test the guy's intentions before you even go on the first date, do this. All right, so when you're talking to him on the phone, when you're texting him before you actually go on your first date, actually use the word date and say something along the lines of, hey, I can't wait to see you and go on our first date together. The guy who's actually interested in getting to know you and potentially be in a relationship with you will love that and will use that word as well. Now, the guy who's not interested in that, the guy who's only looking for validation or maybe just to sleep with you, is going to call it something different. He's going to change that to a hangout or maybe come chill together, or I'm just gonna pass by or something along these lines. He's not going to use the word date, and he's probably going to correct you if you do.
3 ways to ask somebody what their intentions are with dating on a first or second date. And while we do that, you're going to get ready with me while I use my Good Molecule skincare. Yay! The first one being, what are your intentions with dating? Sometimes being straightforward and to the point is exactly what you need to do. And by asking this, if you listen closely, people will tell you their answer honestly. And if you hear an answer that you don't like, such as, oh, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out my dating life and I'm not sure or I'm not ready for a relationship, this is not an invitation for you to prove yourself. This is a time to go, cool, glad I asked to make sure we're not on the same page. Another way to ask this is, so what type of relationship are you open to right now? That way this person can tell you honestly, because they might say, listen, I really just want something casual. I just got out of something, yada, yada, yada. Pay attention to what they say. And the third way to ask is, so what are your relationship goals? Again, listen to what people have to say. I understand it sucks when somebody tells you something that you don't want to hear, especially when someone says, I'm not sure, or I'm just trying to figure out. Remember, you can also probe deeper. So let's say somebody says, I want to take it slow. That's when you say, okay, what does going slow look like to you? What kind of relationship is that going to be? How often would you like to see somebody? How do you see texting or communication? These are really good questions to ask. That way, somebody can answer them honestly. And if you feel like this is an act, well, then this is when you need to determine their words and their actions need to align longer than just the date. So if somebody tells you that they're super intentional and they want a relationship and they don't want something casual, then great. Their consistency and the effort that they put into it and the reciprocity will match that if that's the case.
How to ask when you want to know where you stand with someone. My first advice is to keep it clear from the beginning. And I know this can be hard, but try to not be in a romantic relationship and cross that line when there's not relationship, when there's no clarity that you or the other person want to be in a relationship. And what makes that line, what makes that division, the physical attraction, the sex, the kisses, and all of that. Even if you already are there, you can still benefit from like how to ask the questions. With that being said, don't ask the question of what are we, because you're making it seem that the other person has the full power of deciding what's going to happen between you two. Remember that for a romantic relationship, two are needed. So your thoughts, your feelings, and your desires are also important. So what you will do is you will say, how do you feel about what's going on? What else do you want? And check if the other person is on the same page. If they are, great. And if not, then you will decide if you want to continue to put effort or not. So you can say something like this: I really like you and like to spend time with you. I can see us like moving forward in a more romantic relationship. So what do you think? Or you can say something like this: after hanging out with you, I've been developing some feelings and I would like to develop something more with you. Is that something that you're interested as well?
So that's a video, guys. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. Okay. So how to ask a guy about what his intentions are. Okay. So the key to asking a guy about his intention is setting the right tone. This is not an interrogation or dramatic moment. It's a genuine conversation between two people trying to understand each other better. Approach it with curiosity rather than defensiveness. Instead of saying something like, what are we doing? In frustration, try a softer approach like, I really enjoy spending time with you and I'd love to know how you see this going. Timing is everything. Don't spring this conversation on him in the middle of the busy day or heated moment. Instead, wait for him relax private moment when you both calm and open talking. Maybe it's during a quiet evening together or after a and fun day. Choosing the right time shows that you're considerate, which can help him feel comfortable opening up. When you bring this up, confidence is your best friend. You're not asking because you're desperate or insecure. You're asking because you value your time, emotion. Make your intentions clear without being overly intense. For example, you can say something like, I'm enjoying getting to know you and I'm like to understand what you're looking for. Are you open to a relationship or you're just enjoying the moment? This is a direct but not confrontational, and it gives him space to be honest. When he shares his thoughts, really listen. Sometimes guys are hesitant to open up because they fear being judged or misunderstood. Even if his answer is not what you were hoping for, respect his honesty. If he says he's not ready for a relationship or he's still figuring things out, take that at face value. It's better to know now than to invest your time in someone who is not aligned with your goals. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What if he dodges the question or gives you vaguer answer? If he is unwilling to share his intentions, that's a red flag. A man who values you and respects the connection you have will want to give you clarity even if it's unsure of where things might go. Don't be afraid to say I appreciate. Honestly, I just want to make sure you're on the same page. If you're not sure right now, that's okay. But clarity decide what best for you. Okay. So here's the thing. Knowing his intention is important, uh but also is knowing your own. Before even asking, take your time to reflect on what you want. Are you looking for something serious or are you okay with taking things slow? Understanding your own needs make it easier to navigate his response. If he's if his intention don't match yours, don't be afraid to walk away. It's not about forcing him to change. It's about finding someone whose goals align with yours. When you ask a guy about his intentions, be prepared for any answer. He might be ready to move forward with you. He might need more time or he might not be looking for the same you're looking for. No matter what he says, remember that his response doesn't gather information to make the best decision for yourself. At the end of the day, asking a guy about his intentions is about communication. Okay? Relationships thrive when both parties or partners are open and honest. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back from having this conversation. You deserve to know where you stand and to feel confident the connection you are building. All right, that's it, guys. Yeah, so a lot of people, okay, they fail to ask people, well, like who they are, because it's really important when you start a relationship with someone. You're supposed to know me. I love to know my title because I'm not going to start doing things like I'm the girlfriend while you're seeing me as a friend. It'll be weird, right? Yeah. So if I'm saying something, we're going ahead somewhere, it's okay to ask. If someone is not talking or asking you out, it's okay to ask. Don't feel shy and don't start a relationship where you're second guessing, am I the girlfriend or not? Or maybe you're putting words in your mouth alone. Someone needs to tell you that you're the girlfriend, not you are starting judging, because you end up disappointed. I've seen some ladies being with a man, had a friend being with a man for 6 months. Okay, 6 good months. You come to ask them later who we are, they say you're just my friend. Meaning you've wasted your 6 months. So always want to know who you are, because you don't need to waste your energy on someone if they don't see a future with you. You need someone if you're looking for a serious relationship. This is why I said in the commentary, like, you have to know yourself first, what you're looking for. If you're looking for some playing, it's okay. Go ahead, you can play. But if you're looking for a man to settle down with, you have to be very strategically on a person you are looking for. And choose wisely. Always choose wisely, ladies. And when you find someone, please always put yourself first. Because if you put others first, you won't be happy in your life. Okay, you'll be living based on people. So yeah, that's a video for today, guys. I just want to say thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.